这个世界横的怕愣的，愣的怕不要命的，不要命的怕那不要啥的。恶人自有恶人磨，因果循环，报应不爽，强权相遇，总有一方要先疼。川普，就看你接下来怎么收拾欧洲了。好消息是我们又有好戏看了，坏消息是欧洲人很头疼，川普又要开搞他们了。川普很生气，欧盟居然又对谷歌下手了。9月5日，欧盟对谷歌开出罚单，谷歌滥用在广告市场主导地位，损害竞争环境，罚款35亿美元。广告是谷歌的重要利润来源，也是欧洲对谷歌调查的重点。因为涉嫌垄断及侵犯隐私，欧洲监管机构已4次给谷歌开出巨额罚单。就在2天前的9月3日，法国还对谷歌罚款3.25亿欧元，理由是谷歌在处理个人数据方面存在违规行为，打狗还得看主人。谷歌再怎么也算是美国的一个门面，就这么大手笔，一而再再而三的罚款谷歌，川普很愤怒。他当即发飙，在社交媒体上破口大骂，说今天欧洲对另一家伟大的美国公司谷歌处以35亿美元的罚款，这实际上拿走了原本用于美国投资和就业的资金。此外，欧洲还对谷歌和其他美国科技公司处以了多项罚款和征税，这非常不公平，美国纳税人不会容忍。
How much are you spending, would you say, over the next few years? And Tim, how much money will Apple be investing in the United States? How much money will you be investing? Sam, you're a big leader of a very new industry at a very young age. Do you want to tell us about what you're doing? Come to think of it, how much is Google investing? What about Microsoft? That's a big number. Big number.
其他公司是什么意思？特不靠谱。解释了，正如我之前所说，我的政府绝不会允许这些歧视性行为继续存在。例如，苹果公司被迫支付170亿美元的罚款，在我看来，这笔罚款本不应该被收取，他们应该拿回他们的钱。怎么办？川普公开扬言，我们不能让这种事情发生在杰出的、前所未有的美国创造力身上。如果真的发生了，我将被迫启动301条款程序，以撤销对这些纳税的美国公司征收的不公平罚款。感谢您对此事的关注。什么意思？特不靠谱的意思也是很清楚的。1. 欧洲啊，欧洲，你们居然对我们伟大的美国公司下手。2. 之前罚了苹果170亿美元，现在又罚谷歌35亿美元。3. 你们表面是罚款，实际就是从我们美国人钱袋里抢钱。4. 美国纳税人不能容忍。5. 我将启动301调查，对你们进行报复。美国真会干吗？真会干的，这点我们还是要相信特不靠谱。在钱的问题上，他从来都很认真。我看到 CNN 的评价是，美国的调查可能会对欧盟造成重大打击。尽管欧盟今年夏天刚与美国达成了一场艰苦但有争议的贸易框架，那美欧之前签的贸易协定就不管用了。协议是死的，特不靠谱是活的，被美国一把撕掉的协议还少吗？国际博弈如同拔河，你来我往的拉锯本就是常态，只不过这次绳子那头是欧洲，这头是美国。我感觉尤其让特不靠谱愤怒的是，他认为欧洲人在故意羞辱他。因为就在欧洲开出大额罚单前一天，特不靠谱还在白宫宴请美国科技大佬，到会的就有苹果 CEO 库克、谷歌 CEO 皮查伊，以及脸谱创始人扎克伯格、微软创始人比尔盖茨等人。1天后，欧洲就对他的座上宾开出大额罚单，这不是打脸又是什么？当然，对美国科技大佬来说，欧洲监管机构是明抢，特不靠谱则是温柔一刀。反正让人哭笑不得的一个场景，川普挨个询问这些大佬，你打算出多少钱？是真要不含蓄。第一个被问到的扎克伯格有点懵，犹豫了一下，然后报了个数字，到2028年前在美国投资至少6000亿美元。川普很高兴，然后问苹果的库克，库克回答6000亿美元。川普又问谷歌皮查伊，皮查伊回答接下来2年2500亿美元，特不靠谱。又问微软呢？微软 CEO 回答，我们每年在美国投资750亿到800亿美元，一场晚饭就收获了几万亿美元，这不是温柔一刀是什么？更有意思的是，麦克风录下了扎克伯格私下对川普的感叹，我还没准备好宣布结果，我不确定你们想要多少数字。也就是说，这6000亿美元是他随口说的，特不靠谱。你满意了吧？规则的背后往往是利益的博弈，罚款的表面是正义，内里可能是经济的暗战。川普刚高兴了1天，欧盟就对美国公司开出了大罚单。尽管前几天美国一个陪审团也以垄断为由判决谷歌罚金4.25亿美元， 但美国人罚谷歌，那好歹是肉都烂在自家锅里。欧洲人罚谷歌，你这是跟美国人抢钱，特不靠谱。最在意的就是钱了。所以网上有人调侃他的让美国再次伟大口号，实际更是让美国挣更多钱。在挣钱上，特不靠谱是很有一套的，不然他也不会公开发行特不靠谱币。总统先收割了一遍。他还宣布2026年的G20峰会就在他的高尔夫庄园召开，这是全世界领袖为他打广告啊！权力与金钱的共舞，从来都是历史舞台上最耐人寻味的戏码。欧洲对谷歌下手，那是在太岁头上动土，是可忍孰不可忍。川普勃然大怒，新仇旧恨一起算，接下来就是特不靠谱的铁拳还击了。怎么看？还是聊聊3点吧。第一，生气的不止川普，这是题外话了。马斯克肯定很生气，估计现在比川普还生气。看白宫晚宴，川普夫妇坐中间，川普身边是扎克伯格第一夫人梅拉尼亚，旁边是比尔盖茨。要知道，他们都是马斯克的死对头。而且在晚宴上，川普和扎克伯格亲密互动，他时常拍拍小扎的后背，那可是马斯克以前的待遇。以前陪人家看月亮的时候叫人家小甜甜，现在新人换旧人了，就叫人家牛夫人。所以即便接到了特不靠谱的邀请函，有个性的马斯克表态不去，我另有要事。环顾这个世界，全球科技大佬中估计也就马斯克敢拒绝特不靠谱。我看到很多马斯克的支持者还很愤愤不平，马斯克帮川普赢得了大选，川普你就这样恩将仇报，你方唱罢我登场。舞台上的角色变换往往比戏剧本身更富戏剧性。第二，川普要钱有一套，白宫大门朝南开，有理没钱莫进来。所以别看这些大佬都富可敌国，平时呼风唤雨，但在川普面前都特别谦卑，换着花样感谢特不靠谱，夸奖川普。最后一个个都站在川普旁边，比欧洲领导人的待遇感觉也好不了多少。川普更是毫无留情，公开索钱。大佬们一番犹豫后，一个个掏出腰包，不管以后能不能兑现，但至少几千亿掏出来，先把特不靠谱砸晕了再说。以至于小扎砸了6000亿后，还怯生生询问川普够了吗？人性在利益面前往往格外真实，哪怕站在权力之巅也不例外。第三，恶人自有恶人磨，卤水点豆腐，一物降一物。坦率地说，欧洲对数字经济管理最狠，今天罚这个企业，明天罚那个企业，道理总有道理。你涉嫌垄断，你泄露隐私，反正欧洲也没什么互联网大厂，所以最倒霉的第一是美国企业。苹果、谷歌没被罚的。第二是中国企业 TikTok、西音，一个个都中枪。但川普不干了，欧洲你这是明着抢钱，抢到美国人兜里来了。那对不起，我更狠，我发起301调查，我要让你们吐出来。怎么说呢？这个世界横的怕愣的，愣的怕不要命的，不要命的怕那不要啥的。恶人自有恶人磨，因果循环，报应不爽，强权相遇，总有一方要先疼。川普，就看你接下来怎么收拾欧洲了。
Have some key manufacturing, advanced manufacturing here. I think that says a lot about your focus and your leadership and your focus on innovation. I also want to thank you for helping American companies around the world. This is a very key thing, and I really enjoy working with your administration on those topics as well. Because I think they're so important to the country. I want to thank the First Lady for focusing on education. There's nothing more important than education. It is the great equalizer and always will be. And so thank you so much for including me. We are all different in some ways, but we all believe in the power of technology to improve people's lives, and that is the thing that binds us all together.
And Tim, how much money will Apple be investing in the United States? Because I know it's a very lot, and it's, you were elsewhere, and now you're really coming home in a big way. How much money will you be investing?
$600 billion.
$600 billion. All right. It's a lot of jobs.
We're very proud to do it.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Sam, you're a big leader of a very new industry at a very young age. You're a young guy. Do you want to tell us about what you're doing? You told me things before that are absolutely unbelievable. So what are you doing?
First of all, to echo the comments of Tim and others, thank you so much for getting us all together, and thank you for being such a pro-business pro-innovation president. It's a very refreshing change. We're very excited to see what you're doing to make all of our companies and our entire country so successful. The investment that's happening here, the ability to get the power in the industry back in the United States, I think this will set us up for a long period of great success leading the world, and I don't think that would be happening now without your leadership. We're very grateful to be able to build our company here, to build data centers here, to build the entire AI industry and lead the world in the United States. Echoing many other people's comments, I think this will transform the world in a profound way, and I think it really will be to the United States' advantage to be able to lead the world this way. The event that the First Lady hosted today about education was really wonderful, and watching what AI is doing even today for education and so many other industries is really great. So thank you so much for enabling this. We will invest a ton in the United States, and we will do our best to make sure that we continue to lead here.
That's right. Thank you. Hundreds of billions of dollars, and it's going to be well worth it. And you have an unlimited market, right?
It seems like it.
Come to think of it, how much is Google investing?
We are well north of $100 billion. In the next 2 years, it's $250 billion
That's
in
great.
the U.S.
That's great. Great. We're proud of you. Very good. Thank you. A lot of jobs. Yeah, good. What about Microsoft? That's a big number.
Each year, we are close to, in the United States, around $75 to $80 billion.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Would anybody like to say anything? You have a lot of geniuses on my right. Some young, some not so young. Mostly young, come to think of it. Yes, please.
I just wanted to echo everyone's comments. I think we've been just very impressed with how this administration has really embraced AI. And I think that in addition to the infrastructure, the most massive infrastructure built in history, I mean, we're talking 10x the size of the Apollo program. I think also, to me, the most important thing is what AI will do for all of us. And I think that there's been a choice of whether to approach it with optimism, and I think that that's what I've really seen from this administration. So I just wanted to say thank you for that.
Great job you're doing. Incredible job you're doing. I know every inch that you're building, and I can't believe it. They're big. The biggest buildings ever. We talked about 100-story buildings. These buildings blow them away, right? So I just want to, they're more lateral than they are up and down, but they blow everything away. So congratulations. Would anybody like to say anything, please? Satya? Would you like to go? Safra?
This is a most incredible time. AI is going to change everything. You hear all of us saying that. But the fact that you are our president and you recognize this right away and you've unleashed American innovation and creativity, all the work you're doing in basically every cabinet post, in addition to what's coming out of the White House, is making it possible for America to win. Today's event that was spearheaded by our wonderful First Lady, focusing on education, is the center of where we need to go, because it is all of these young people who can't be afraid of new technologies. They literally have to embrace it and make America even stronger. And that focus was very, very critical. And I think this is the most exciting time in America ever, at least that I remember. So thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate saying hello to everybody, Larry and everybody else. It's an amazing company that you're involved with and running. I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank the media. They've been very nice lately, although I'm still here. So we have to. They made a couple of bad predictions. That was not good. I've never had that feeling before. I went to an event and people are coming up to me and saying, "You're still here." I said, "What do they mean by that? I didn't hear about this." But anyway, I do. The press has been great in terms of this industry, and they understand the importance of it. This is taking our country to a new level. We're leading the world. We're leading China, but we're leading the world by a lot, and we're leading it because of the people around the table. And all I can do is implement and make it a lot easier for you, and I'll be doing that 100%. So I just want to thank you all. Yes, did you have a question? Go ahead.
President.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tomorrow we have a jobs report coming out, the first since the BLS commissioner who you fired won't be there. A lot of people will be turning to you to see if you believe the data that's released. Can you commit to saying the data will be credible?
The number, I don't know, they come out tomorrow, but the real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be whatever it is, but will be in a year from now when these monstrous, huge, beautiful places, they're palaces of genius, and when they start opening up, you're seeing, I think you'll see job numbers that are going to be absolutely incredible. Right now it's a lot of construction numbers, but you're going to see job numbers like our country has never seen before. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have two questions for you. First, after your phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky today, do you plan to speak with Russia's President Putin in the near future?
What?
If you will speak with President Putin in the near future.
I will be, yeah, I will be. We're having a very good dialogue. I settled 7 wars. The one that I thought would be maybe one of the easiest. You know that feeling? You think one thing is going to be easier, it turns out to be a little bit tougher. But the one that I thought would be an easier one because of my relationship with President Putin and with Ukraine and everything else, I thought it would be the Russia-Ukraine disaster where this week 7,014 people were killed. Soldiers, in most cases soldiers, a few from Kiev, relatively few, but mostly soldiers, and they're being killed at levels that we haven't seen since World War II. And they're not American. They're not from any of the countries that some of you are from, but they're people, they're souls, and we'll get it done. But that's turned out to be the most difficult of the group. You know, I settled 3 wars. One was 31 years going. A lot of people killed, 10 million people. Another was 34, and another was 37 years it was going on. And people said, you can't settle them, and I settled them. This one turned out to be more difficult, but we'll get it. We're going to get it settled.
Mr. President, Senator Bill Cassidy said effectively we're denying people vaccines. Do you have full confidence in what RFK Jr. is doing?
Well, I didn't get to watch the hearings today, but he's a very good person. And he means very well, and he's got some little different ideas. I guarantee a lot of the people at this table like RFK Jr., and I do. But he's got a different take, and we want to listen to all of those takes. But I heard he did very well today. But it's not your standard. It's not your standard talk, I would say, and that has to do with medical and vaccines. But if you look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different. Okay?
Can you give us your latest thinking on semiconductor tariffs, sir, which you're considering imposing? And have you discussed that with any of the leaders?
Yeah, I have. I've discussed it with the people here, chips and semiconductors, and we'll be putting tariffs on companies that aren't coming in. We'll be putting a tariff very shortly. You probably are hearing we'll be putting a fairly substantial tariff on, not that high, but fairly substantial tariff, with the understanding that if they come into the country, if they're coming in, building, planning to come in, there will not be a tariff.
So
if they're not coming in, there's a tariff, fairly substantial tariff. Well, I don't know if they're building here, and for the most part, I think they're building here. That's probably why they're here for the. But like I would say, Tim Cook would be in pretty good shape. No, please, in the back.
Are you urging or encouraging any candidates in the New York City mayor's race to drop out to clear the field?
No, I don't like to see a communist become mayor, I will tell you that. And I don't think you can win unless you have one-on-one, because somehow he's gotten a little bit of a lead. I have no idea how that happened, but I'd prefer not to have a communist mayor of New York City. And, you know, that's what he is based on his policy, if you look at his statements in the past. So I would like to see 2 people drop out and have it be one-on-one. And I think that's a race that could be won. Yeah.
Mr.
Mr. President, you'll be heading to the UK in a few weeks. Yesterday, Nigel Farage was on Capitol Hill. He really was talking a lot about pushing back on censorship online. He was asking politicians like yourself, some of the people in this room, to really push back on that. How concerning is that to you? And Mr. Zuckerberg, if you don't mind answering, how concerning is that to you, the lack of freedom of speech online in the UK?
You didn't think you'd get that question, did you? He's looking at me saying, how the hell? He's saying, how did I get that question? If you'd like to answer, free speech.
Sorry, I actually wasn't paying attention. But
There seems to be a crackdown. The British government seems to be cracking down on social media posts, people being arrested for tweets, social posts. Just wondering how concerning that is to you, Mr. President, and Mr. Zuckerberg.
This is the beginning of your political career.
No, it's not.
I will just say that in terms of UK, strange things are happening over there. They are cracking down, and surprisingly so. And I've spoken to the Prime Minister, and let's see what happens. But it is a little bit different situation. I'm very surprised to see what's happening are you talking about the UK in particular, right? Yeah, I'm very surprised to see what's happening. Sad. It's not a good thing. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, thank you. America is first in artificial intelligence, but what are your concerns in the alliance of axis of evil, China, Russia, and North Korea towards artificial intelligence, but also as military, sir?
Well, I have no concerns. We have the most brilliant people at this table, and nobody's close. And I spoke to world leaders, and they admit privately, but they admit the biggest. They admit we have the smartest people, we have the greatest technology. They can copy, but they can't create like we can create. We have the smartest people in the world right at this table. So thank you for the question. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
What's your reaction on Florida changing its vaccine?
I'll comment on that later. Thank you very much.
Mr. Dean, what do you think of vaccine policy?
Sorry, I wasn't ready to do a big for announcement.
He said I wasn't
sure what number you wanted to go in.
Well,